Hey there, everyone. Welcome to Consult the Blind Guy. Today we are covering Leda Day 7. I'm going to pull up my notes here so I can get this here ready for you because I'm using bulletin points today rather than reading everything word for word, pretty much. Um, so today's mission for Leda, as you've seen this past week, if you've been here, is this has been a very hard time for me. I've been opening up and sharing things that I usually would not share with anybody, including my own family. So I thank you all for being here and showing me your support and encouragement. I appreciate you all more than you may ever know. Today's mission is let's celebrate the work that we've done this past week. Your mission is where were you on day 1 versus day 7? What specifically do you feel you've accomplished? And as I said, these past 6 days have been very, very nerve wracking. Um, Yesterday was the absolute hardest challenge, I do believe, because I know I probably didn't have to share basically my whole life story with you, but I felt that if I didn't do it that way, that I wouldn't really be completing this task. I wouldn't be completing that challenge. So that's why I went as deep as I did yesterday. And I hope that by hearing those stories or that long story, that it lets you know that you're not alone. It lets you know that whether you're in the visually impaired or blind community, or whether you're in the disabled community in whatever fashion, whether you've got a physical deformity, whether it's an eye impairment, whether it's a, a minor mental or a major mental issue. And I'm not saying this to like target you or anything like that, but I want to make sure that you understand that this channel is not just specifically about everything blind. This is about being disabled in general. That's the whole point of me doing a lot of this content. Now, yes, I do gear a lot of it towards being blind because of our community needing extra assistance in a lot of things, because some of the assistive technology and stuff just isn't as good as we would like it. So I like to share and help out as much as I can for our community. Now, let's get into today's topic. So, how do I feel today compared to day 1 of the Leda Challenge? As you can tell, I'm sure I do feel a little bit more comfortable coming on and going live after these past 6 days, especially after yesterday's episode. I feel a little bit more at ease coming here and talking to everybody, because now I've actually gotten quite a bit of a weight off of my chest on some of my feelings and some of my thoughts. So, number 1, I think that this challenge has helped me discover some of my own insecurities, because I have harped on myself based on my thoughts of what somebody else would think of me, or the opinions that they might not even verbalize, or the thought that you might not watch me just because of my appearance, or because of the tone of my voice, or the list goes on and on and on and on. Number 2, I have opened up here more than I have ever opened up to some of my own relatives. And because of that, that's a great spiritual growth, in my opinion. Because if I can open up to strangers here on YouTube and on Facebook for the actual Leda Challenge, because I am doing this 2 times a day. I come here around noon, and I am actually going to change up the time just a little bit. As you all know, I watch Pat Flynn faithfully every morning. And because of this Leda challenge, I am actually getting up a little bit earlier so I can watch one of my other brothers from Pat's channel called Karma Cash Flow. And he is another great person that you might want to check into and watch his channel, because he, just like Pat Flynn, will be able to help you start a business and make it successful. As I said yesterday, he is one of the two primary first people I will go to and ask about anything when it comes to being in business. Now, I know I really don't have to specify who I go to, but Pat Flynn and Karma Cash Flow are some awesome guys that you would definitely love to be able to learn from. They're the ones I'm learning from a great deal. So just good old shout out there for Karma and Pat, because without them, I would not be learning half the stuff that I am right now. As well as Creator Fundamentals. As I said yesterday, I am a co-founder of the People of Video Society, which is a part of the Creator Fundamentals channel, because Dan Courier is the host of that channel. And he was the reason that I got to go to the conference, as well as my second conference. And I was the first co-founding member of the society. So these people are the ones that I'm learning from the most lately, and they're the ones that I will get feedback from and ask questions if I do not have the answer immediately to be able to give to you here at the community. And I've actually opened up to the team a little bit more as well on yesterday's topic about why I feel the way I feel. And I was reassured that I do not need to feel that way, thankfully, because I am worthy of sharing my story and being heard. And I do provide value, whether I realize it or not. And I have actually sat here and beat myself up of whether I have actually provided you all here with good value. And I appreciate you all giving me the feedback and telling me that I have, and giving me the encouragement to continue and supporting me. I appreciate you all more than I can express right here in this live. Number 3. This is helping with my confidence, slowly but surely. I'm sure you're probably thinking, well, Yandy, you look fine right now because you're on here and you're talking and you seem just fine, comfortable. Still a little bit nervous. I'm not as bad as I was on day 1, but I still get the goosebumps before hitting the go live. I still sit here even now and think in the back of my head, am I giving you the good value that I should be giving you? Am I showing you the true me? Am I being authentic? Am I presenting that imposter syndrome kind of thing? And I hope that because of yesterday's experience with opening up here, as well as in the Leda Challenge Facebook group, that I don't have that perception of myself, and I hope that you don't have that perception of me anymore. If you did, that I am an imposter. I have actually done a lot of things in my life that I can share with you and be able to help you with. The reason that I have always felt that I couldn't do this is because of the discrimination and degrading and things that I've had in the past, and it eats at me. So I don't know whether or not it would have been beneficial to you, and that's why I've kind of held things back. And as I said the other day, I am going to do my best to never do that again. So I want to thank you all because you have been so supportive, and I appreciate every single one of you for the support you have showed me the past 6 days. And if you're here live right now, thank you, because I appreciate you whether you're a subscriber or a non-subscriber. I appreciate all you viewers, whether I get a thumbs up, whether I get a thumbs down, a comment. I appreciate you either way. You do not have to subscribe unless you feel like subscribing. Just because I tell you to subscribe, you don't have to. That is entirely on you. I don't want you to feel pressured into subscribing just because I give you a call to action. I want you to subscribe to me because you feel like you want to subscribe to me, because I provide you with value, because I am giving you the information that you may need, or I'm sharing an experience that you relate to and can reach out to me to be able to communicate that you're having a bad day, or you've had an issue with your own disability and people attacking you. You can contact me and I will listen to you without judgment. This has been one of my strong suits, and my community can actually tell you that. I am always going to be here for you. Whether I know you in person, whether you're a subscriber, whether you're just a viewer, I am here for you. You need a shoulder to cry on, you can find me. I have been a spiritual student leader ever since I was 7 years old. I'm about to turn 35 in 2 months, literally 2 months. And I have started down the path of spiritual growth and spiritual leadership ever since I was knee high to a grasshopper. That is something that is tradition in the Native American community, is to get your teachings when you're young. That way you can grow into them and have the experience to be able to share them with the rest of the community and the world, to be able to help make this a better place. So, with that said, if you need me, please feel free to comment below, hit me up in the chat, hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. I am literally on every platform. Um, it's not always the exact same name as Consult a Blind Guy because of the character limits on some of them, but it is still basically the same. Um, Twitter, it is Consult a Blind Guy. On like Instagram, it is Consult Blind Guy. But that's the only variant. It's either Consult a Blind Guy or Consult Blind Guy. So it's either with an A or without an A. That's the only difference. You can reach me on any of them platforms, and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. If you've seen my live stream yesterday, please note that I am a bit overwhelmed lately because I am doing this stream, I am doing the Facebook stream for the challenge. I have 3 YouTube channels that I'm trying to manage on my own, as well as 10 Facebook pages, 18 groups that are my own, as well as another 10. Oh, gotta love when people call in the middle of doing something. I am sorry for the noise in the background. Gotta love telemarketers and phishing calls and all that. And isn't that a nice little feature for us in the disabled community, for those that are visually impaired, is the talking phone? So you don't have to look at the ID. I love that feature. I so love that feature. I am sorry if that blew out your ears, because I'm sure it might have been a little bit loud. I apologize for that. I am actually thinking from now on that I will take that damn thing out of here so it will not be ringing in the background. And if it does ring, it will be in another room, so it is not going to be like blow out your ears loud. As I was saying, if you need me, you can hit me up on any of them platforms. I will do my best to respond to you as soon as possible. And I mean this. I will respond to you as soon as I possibly can. If you need me, feel free to hit me up. That's why I'm here. That's the whole purpose of this channel, is to not only be here for our blind VIP community, but the disabled community, as well as to help the non disabled blind community to have an inside look at what it is like to be in our shoes, to help educate them, you, if you're watching this right now, about the different struggles that we have as visually impaired and disabled individuals. There are a lot of different topics when it comes down to the different disabilities, but that is primarily the reason that I created this channel, was to help out the disabled community as well as to educate the non-disabled community. Um, Lately, I have actually added in the new playlist. If you haven't seen that lately, every Monday for the next few weeks, there will be a new video bright and early. I do believe it's between 5 and 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, that there will be a video out about ways that we can make money to get off of disability. And I did not do this series to make you feel like you have to get off of disability. I did this series so that if you want to get off of disability, that you have the resources right there without all kinds of doing extra research, because I'm doing that for you. That has been my task for the last 5 months straight. Every single day is me going out, doing the research, finding the information and extra tips, tricks, and everything to help out our community to be able to grow our YouTube, grow your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, whatever platform you're on. Even if you're not on a platform, if you're thinking of just starting, I can help you with that too. I have literally been here on YouTube since the very beginning. I may not know all the entire ins and outs of the algorithms and everything else, but I do have a great deal of experience when it comes down to YouTube, how things work, and some of the challenges that we face in doing these things. So if you need help, you need me to do a tutorial on something, please, by all means, feel free to comment below, hit me up in the chat, send me an email, whatever way you want to contact me, and I will do that for you. I have absolutely no problem going through and finding a new program or software or anything like that to be able to assist you to be able to use that easier than it already is. Because I know it's not easy to use these different programs. For instance, if you haven't seen, I do actually have a StreamYard tutorial, 2 of them to be specific. It's only on the free version at the moment, but I did those to be able to help our community to be able to come here and go live like I am now. I did my best to give you the answers of where everything is on the screen to be able to do this. Oh, jeez. Like I'm really gonna answer that one. Nothing good comes out of Washington, D.C. I'm just saying. I'm throwing it out there. That's just my opinion. That's probably like real mean to say, but nothing really good comes out of DC, in my opinion. Just saying. Especially when you're getting calls like that, because you know it's some kind of freaking campaign ad or something, most likely going, "Hey, vote for me." Yeah, no thanks. No, no. I'm not into the whole politics thing, but I'm so tired of them phone calls of, "Hi, I'm campaigning on behalf of," I don't care, because not one of you politicians is actually doing anything to help anybody. All you're doing is bragging about yourself and making yourselves look like idiots because you keep slandering and attacking each other with stupid crap. So, sorry about that little off topic rant. Who do we have with us today? Dale. Hey, Dale, thank you for coming and joining me today, sister. I appreciate it. It was awesome being on the panel with you the other day on Diana's channel. It was freaking awesome. I did actually see that you messaged me on Facebook. I am sorry I haven't gotten back to you yet. I have been like super overwhelmed with the Leda challenge and trying to keep up on getting everything scheduled for our daily streams and everything that I'm doing here because I am trying to like multitask like there's no tomorrow on everything I can to provide value for our community here, as well as to help, as I said a minute ago, with those that are in need of a shoulder to cry on or just vent to or whatever. So I appreciate you being here, sister. Greatly appreciated. It was so awesome to be there with you the other day. Um, but yeah, I do believe that this past week has been a great experience. It was a little bit hard doing all of these challenges because, as I said, I have shared things here these past couple days that I don't share with my own relatives. Literally, I have not shared some of the stuff that I have shared with you in the last couple days with my own family because of, as I said previously, how my family has been with me. So you're getting a deep dive into getting to know me. If you have any questions about this month and the streams that I'm going to be doing, please feel free to ask. I have no problems sharing what is going on for Leda. I do not necessarily know every day's challenge until later in the day. That's one reason it has taken me so long to get the streams posted these last couple days, is because I want to make sure I have all my information to be able to schedule them. And I went through today and I made all the thumbnails for every day this month for the stream because it's going to pretty much be the same thumbnail. All I'm doing is changing the numbers. That way everybody knows exactly what's going on. I know some people say not to have just one thumbnail, but it was the easiest way for me to do it. And I think that by having it set up the way I do, it conveys exactly what this stream is all about because you can see in the description for the title what I'm going to cover for that particular day. As I said, today's mission is comparing today versus day one of this challenge. Yes, Dale, that is definitely true because I've been watching so many channels the past few days. I actually I didn't know until after our panel the other day. In fact, yesterday I was in there for the Leda challenge, and I realized that our co-panelist Paul is also in the Leda challenge. So it made me feel even better because now you have three of us that are in Leda that are all legally blind. And it's like we've got a little crew inside of a crew. So it's awesome. I went from feeling like I was going to be the only one on day one to pretty much having our own little community inside of a small community. So it's awesome. I'm learning so much from all of our community members here as well. From you, Dale, some of the things that you said the other day on our panel touched me deeply. So I thank you for that as well. I appreciate you because when you made some of them comments the other day about um being open and just doing it more or less, that's one of the reasons I've been able to do this is because I think of your statement, I think of Paul, I think of Diana, and I think of the rest of the community who has come here to support me as well as in Leda to support me. And that's pretty much what it comes down to is yeah, we might be nervous, but sometimes them nerves are good to have. So just do it. Hit that live button. Do what you're trying to do. You might feel like you can't, but try. Just try. Don't feel like you're going to fail right off the bat because I'll tell you what, I felt like I was going to fail this week doing this Lita. And I actually, after these 7 days, or these past 6 days, day 7 being today, I feel like I've lifted a great deal of weight off of my shoulders. Um, I have let you all know very deep, intimate parts about me and my history. So I'm growing, and you're getting to see me grow in that sense. Um, I know I keep saying a lot. I don't know why. I think it's because I got so much running through my head. That's why I keep doing it, and I want to make sure I say the right thing and not sound like a goof. But what happens? I'm gonna look like a goof here and in there anyway. I'm gonna have to get used to it. um, so I really do. I appreciate you all coming here and supporting me, giving me those words of encouragement. Jims, if you're here watching me live, I appreciate you because last night you actually shocked me. I was not anticipating a new viewer to come and give me that encouragement like you did. I appreciate that more than you may ever realize as well because I was so worried about being trolled by somebody because of the videos that I'm doing for these live streams. And if you're a part of Team Replay, please let me know you've seen the replay. I would love to know what your thoughts are of these streams. Can you tell the difference between day one to now? Can you tell that I have become a little bit more calm when I come on here to talk to the community? I'm actually interested in what you might want to have covered as a secondary topic while I'm on this live. Because some of them I can actually do like this one. I could be like super short and it only been like maybe 5 minutes and been done, but I don't want to just come in, do the challenge and kind of more or less ignore you guys and then just bounce out. I want to be able to come here, complete the challenge, and give you value on top of completing this challenge. So if you need help with something, please, by all means, let me know, and I will do my best to help you. Let's see. Who do we have? Hmm. Hey, Sean, how are you doing, brother? I seen that you posted just before I came live, so I will be going and watching your video after this, brother. I promise. Um, thank you for coming and supporting me. I appreciate you, Sean, Dale. I love you guys. You guys are awesome friends and subscribers. Um, is there anything that that you two specifically would like to see me cover this month besides doing the Leda challenge and the video that will be posted on Mondays, which is all geared towards making income to get off of disability. Hey, Leah, thank you for joining me. I I appreciate it. I am so thankful for all of you guys. Really, I am, because if we didn't have our community here, I don't know if I'd be able to do these streams. I honestly have been so nerve-wracked, scared this past week coming into this challenge that I almost backed out of it. As you can tell, I'm continuing, I'm pushing forward, and I'm actually gaining the self confidence that this challenge is supposed to be providing me. So I thank you all for that, because it's not the challenge that's really doing it, it's you here allowing me to open up, be me, and tell you how I feel, my experiences, and the support that you have given me in return. That's how I'm able to do all of this. You. Thank you. I do honestly appreciate and love all of you here more than you may ever realize, because you are helping me out immensely. Yeah, we can do a one-on-one interview, Sean. That would be awesome. In fact, I will make that a point today to get a hold of each of you that is here right now, and we will figure out a day where you might be able to come on and join me for one of these live streams. That way, we can get you a little bit more of exposure as well. This way, people that don't know you already can discover you a little bit more here, kind of like we did the other day with Diana. As most of you know, I did actually start the live stream with Divided by Sight. The tongue twister there, I don't know why, but I did the live stream about a month ago, roughly, I think, with Divided by Sight, which is Why Do You YouTube? And that is actually a series that I am going to continue, and I would actually like to include you in on, whether you're visually impaired, whether you're sighted. The whole point of the Why Do You YouTube is to highlight and spotlight you other creators here, to be able to help you share your story to reach more of an audience. So yes, Sean, that is a perfect idea. I will hit you up here in a little while. You as well, Leah and Dale. I will be getting a hold of all of you to schedule a time where you would like to come on this month to do a live stream with me. Yeah. Yeah, that was one of my first thoughts after doing um my first collaboration with Lauren for Divided by Sight and Nicole, Blind Mage. After doing our first collaborations to figure out how to use StreamYard, because they were the ones that actually helped me to make my tutorials to use StreamYard, that was when I got the idea. Because when we started out, I don't know if you guys have seen them, but when we first started out doing our lives together, we didn't do short lives. Our very first one was like 4.5 hours. Now I know that's kind of long, and it doesn't give as much of an easy thing to watch because it is so long. I am actually in the process of trying to cut that down and edit it so you get the good parts out of that stream, because we did a lot of questions between each other about our eye disabilities and our experiences, but then we also went off topic a few times and had general conversation. And I know some of that content within there may not per se be valuable, so I am working on that to re-upload it for everybody to get that information in those streams as well, because when we first started out doing live streams, we didn't set a limit. And hell, I still don't have a limit now. I I promised before that I would do an hour, but yet I really haven't stuck to the hour. It's either been under an hour or over an hour. I am actually going to try to stick to the schedule a little bit more because I have a lot of things to do. So I am working on setting the schedule up to where everything will be able to coincide easier without me panicking I'm going to be late for a live stream, or I'm going to be late for a Zoom meeting, or late for an interview or something, because I have been doing a lot this past week with this whole challenge, and I've just been like scatterbrained and overwhelmed because of my own thoughts of the challenge and trying to multitask and everything else. So I do apologize for the extended times and starting late and going over the hour limit and everything that I discussed before. Um, but I am actually working on that. I'm thinking of changing our live stream schedule just a little bit, because as I said earlier, with this whole challenge going on, my buddy Karma Cashflow and I kind of both screwed up. We both assumed, which the old saying goes, the assume here we go again with tongue twisters. Assumptions are the mother of all mess ups, right? Well, we were under the impression, based on listening to the live streaming pros, that when we did Leda, it would be something we would do here on YouTube, and that's not actually the case. So Karma Cashflow and I are actually doing this challenge twice. He is going on his channel and doing a live stream every day, just like I am here and doing a live stream every day, as well as doing the challenge inside of the private Facebook group for the actual challenge. And he starts earlier in the day. I watch him, then I go to Pat Flynn, and directly from Pat Flynn, I've been coming here. And from here, I actually need to go over to Live Streaming Pros because I watch their stream every day, which is going to be starting here in just a second if it hasn't already. And I like being there on time, and I apologize because I want to set things up so I can be able to do everything that I have been. Uh, yes, Sean, I do have a Facebook page. If you go to the my channel header, if you go straight to the top of my channel, I have the links in the top right hand corner of my header. I actually have the link to my Facebook page, the Facebook group. Um, Heck, what all do I have in there? I know I've got 5 links in there. I do believe it's a combination of the channels that I run, my Facebook, as well as my merch. Um, in fact, if you go on the Facebook and type in Consult a Blind Guy, I should pop right up. It should be my page as well as two different groups because I actually have a mastermind. And if you would like to join that, I would love to have you there. My mastermind is free. I am not charging anybody to be in my mastermind group with me. The purpose of the mastermind group is to help other content creators like you here to be able to do things on your channel. You can bounce ideas off of me and everybody else in the group of maybe topics you want to cover, whether your thumbnail looks good, whatever. Whether you just want somebody to be able to there to vent to, or whether you need somebody to hold you accountable for something, whether it's going live every day like I am here. If you need somebody to hold you accountable, or just vent to, share your goals for the week, share your goals for the month, whatever, that's what it's for. And I am actually the only ones that are in it at the moment with me are Lauren and Nicole and one of my other buddies, Barry. And the whole purpose is for us to collaborate and be able to help each other to get our channels to grow. And that's also another place where I put some extra resources that I do not share inside of the Hangout group. That is also a place where I put resources that I do not share openly here on the channel as well. So if you're interested, please, by all means, join me there on Facebook. I have the Hangout group as well as the Mastermind. The Mastermind is strictly for content creators. That's it. If you're not a content creator of any type, the Mastermind is not for you. The Hangout group is. But if you're a YouTuber, a writer, a singer, whatever it is, if you make content of any type, that's the purpose of that group. Hey, Greg, how are you doing, brother? Thanks for showing up again and supporting me. I appreciate you. And I thank you the other day for your support and kind words. I can't thank you enough. Really, I can't thank all of you enough because you're just awesome. You're so supportive and encouraging and inspiring to me as well. I, I, I find value in all of you. I love listening to everybody's channels. Sean, I know you've been dealing with a lot lately, and I cannot imagine the stress that you're going through, but you don't show it because you are just so positive about everything. And that just it inspires me because I have always been one that I couldn't be all that positive like you have shown the positivity with dealing with your issues that you're having right now. And I thank you for that because you've showed me yourself that even with these challenges, I can still look at it in a positive way, even if I'm having a bad day. Um, yeah, Sean, no problem, man. Freaking, I love you, man. Prayers up. I'm telling you, I think of you every morning about how you're doing because I know what you're dealing with right now is got to be some hellacious deep thoughts on your mind because the day that you actually shared your story, I sat here in awe because of the connection that we've made over these last few months. I was worried what would happen in the near future with what you're dealing with. I will admit, I was sitting here thinking about you and your appointments and the news that you've been getting, and whether or not you were just gonna give up and walk away from YouTube, or whether anybody that you know might actually reach out to us here on the community to let us know if anything did happen. Because I would probably freaking like go ape shit if anything happened and we couldn't find out, because that would just suck. Because I've sat here ever since you shared about what's going on and thought about you every day, because I know that what you're dealing with is one hell of a struggle. Oh wow, brother. That wow. I did not know you were doing it on both levels. I thought you were only getting the one. So now I'm sorry, brother. I know we get knocked down and we can get back up, but I don't mean to sound like I'm saying this in a bad way, but your treatment makes me nervous, Sean, honestly. And the reason I say this is I know a lot of people that have been close to me in my family and people that I consider family who have done those kind of treatments, and I can no longer go and talk to them. I can no longer go and see them physically because they're not here. And that's what ultimately scares me, is the downside to those treatments. Because yes, I know in some cases, in a lot of cases, they can work, but then there's still a lot of them that they don't. And I've had personal experiences with those that it hasn't. So I've been afraid for you. I'll put it that way. Yeah, I- I'm sure you will. You have been like so positive with this whole experience that you're going through. You inspire me, brother. I'm telling you, because I don't know if I could be as positive as you are with that situation. You know, I thought being legally blind in itself in the stuff that I dealt with was bad. But when I heard your stuff, it's like, wow. Like, wow, wow, wow. How can you stay so positive? Because I've never been able to do that ever. That's the whole purpose of me doing Leda, is to hopefully be able to gain the ground to be that positive, even though I'm having a shit day, or I got bad news, or whatever the situation may be. So you have been a great inspiration to me, Sean. Um yes. Blind guy, Greg, I am in a couple of the blind YouTuber groups. I also have a couple of my own. Um, if you missed it just a minute ago, I actually have two groups. I have one that is called the Consult a Blind Guy Hangout Group, and that's just a general hangout group for anybody that views the channel, wants to come in and hang out. Um, I do post in there. I've been you can promote your channel in there as well. I've got resources in there for the blind and visually impaired. I'm actually going to work on getting some more resources for different disabilities put in there as well, besides just visual impairment. Um, but you got the hangout group, and then you have the mastermind, and the mastermind is strictly for content creators. I don't care whether you're just a YouTuber, whether you're on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, whatever. If you make something, even just art, even if you're not online doing something, you're just an artist, that's still content. Some people may not look at it that way to them, but I do. Whether it's a painting, a drawing, any kind of art, to me, that's still content. You're a creator. So you can join the mastermind when it comes to that, because I believe as artists, if you're not a content creator, that you could be able to join that group and share with us, and we will be able to help you with whatever you need. If you just want somebody's opinion of whatever it is you worked on, or whatever idea you have for a project or something like that, feel free to form up in there with us in that group, and we can work with you there. Okay, I'm trying to read the chat real quick. Sorry. I love our community. I'm telling you, because I don't know if there's really many of them out there that do things like we do. You know, I know for the most part that the disabled community does pretty good for being there for each other, but I have noticed more in the last few months that our community is like super always there for each other, and I love it. I can't express that enough. I think it's absolutely amazing how our community comes together. It's just amazing. But yeah, if you guys want to join the group, if you're not there already, consult the Blind Guy Hangout group, consult the Blind Guy Mastermind. Of course, I've got a Facebook page as well. I have the links to that on the upper portion on the right of my channel. And if you have a uh, Facebook page or group or something like that, please feel free to post it on mine, and I will share it out as well. Yeah, I I love you guys. You guys are all awesome. Um, now, well, I've got you here. Is there any specific topic other than maybe like the one-on-one interview that you would like me to touch on while I'm doing these live streams this month? Because I am actually looking at other ways to do live streaming. Greg and I were talking yesterday about using OBS, just so I don't necessarily have to upgrade. Pardon. So I don't necessarily have to upgrade my StreamYard. I'm probably going to, just because I love StreamYard. It's so easy for me to work with compared to OBS or Streamlabs, because Streamlabs, like, really, I used it the very first time and it was beyond confusing. The layouts and everything else, it just, I was overwhelmed looking at that. And then when I heard about StreamYard, it was like, oh, hey, look, click, 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 done. Simple. Hey, look at that, we live. And OBS, or well, Streamlabs OBS has been like a major pain in my butt when I first started it. So that's why I haven't actually gone back to that yet. I am working on it because I do want to do a tutorial if we don't have one out there for our community already. That way, if you don't want to use StreamYard, or you want to use Streamlabs, or you want to use one of the other programs, I want to be able to make those for you so you have the option to use what platform you want. That way we don't have to be confused on how everything operates, where everything is on the layout and all that. I want to make things as simple for you as I possibly can. That brings me to another thing. If you have watched any of these videos on ways to make money, or any of them really, if there is anything on any of my previous episodes that you feel I might have missed anything, or you need help understanding something, anything like that, please feel free to hit me up. I have no problems going back through and adding into tutorials or clarifying stuff on tutorials or whatever. I have absolutely no problem with that. I'm more than happy to help out anybody in our community. And it's not going to cost you a damn dime. I promise. It might take me a little bit of time with you, but I'm not going to charge you to do nothing like that. You ain't got to worry about that. I understand totally. And that's the whole point of me doing this whole new series, is because I know in our community it's a struggle. Being on disability is not an easy task to deal with. I've been on it for quite a while now, and I hate it. I hate being low income. Unfortunately, in my entire life, I've never been above the poverty level, ever. And I mean, ever. Even with it being only like $20,000, I think was the lowest that it was for the poverty level. I've never been over that. So I know it's a challenge for us on disability to pay our bills and be able to have a little bit of extra spending money every month to do anything. Um, Hell, when I first started getting Social Security, they ended up screwing up somehow, and they cut me off for almost a year, and I only got $10 a month. So I literally had $10 a month to work with. I had to rely on my family for everything. What?
Got a package.
Oh, thank you. Oh, hey guys. Can you guess what this is? I can't believe it's here. I'm so excited. I bet you can't guess what this might be. Awesome, awesome. It is. I got a package, and I'm gonna be surprising everybody in Leda. I'm gonna be surprising everybody in Leda. Live streaming pros, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I have my first official live streaming pros merch. I can now advertise those that have been helping me do what I'm doing right now. Because if it was not for live streaming pros, I would not be in this Leda challenge. If it was not for the live streaming pros, I would probably not be doing as many live streams as I have been previous to this month. But they have actually been doing things on there to help me understand how to do things while live streaming. So, big shout out to LSP and thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep, I'll be changing my shirt here in a little while so I can shock everybody today. That is awesome. I've been waiting for that. Oh yeah, I've been waiting for that. It is freaking awesome. I've been wanting to actually, instead of sitting here constantly wearing my own merch, I have been pretty much pleading with every influencer that I know, that I follow and talk to on a regular basis for merch. And I want something that's branded, not just, oh, here's one of my sayings or whatever. I wanted something that said what channel they were so I could subconsciously kind of advertise for them. Because, as I said, if it wasn't for live streaming pros, I would not be doing Leda, and I wouldn't have done a lot of my previous live streams the way I have, because it's them that has helped me get this far. Um, in fact, I was actually considering. I know right now that y'all can see my wonderful like blue wall behind me. I would love your opinion real quick. For those of you who are here, and those of you in the replay, please, if you haven't already, check out the, if you haven't seen any of the previous videos, I would love your opinion as well. But what background did you like the most with me doing my videos and streams like this? Do you like the idea of me sitting here like now with the wall behind me? Or did you like it better when I had like my table with the eagle heads and the curtain behind me? Or like um a little bit more of my room that I'm in? Because that's one thing I've actually struggled with, is what way I wanted to set this up for everything, because I'm actually in my bedroom right now. And at first, I was afraid of doing my streams here in my bedroom and like showing everything off. And I don't know why, but I felt like um maybe you seeing my bed was going to be like stupid or something. I don't know. I don't know why, but for some reason that's why my studio setup has more or less changed, is because one, I didn't feel like I had enough space to walk in my room, but I wanted to give you guys the best view as well. And I would love your opinion on which position you liked better since I've actually started this channel, because after all, it's for you. It's not for me. That's the whole point of this channel, is for you. So I want to make it to where you enjoy watching it, not just me sitting here against some damn wall and looking like crap. Uh, all right, Sean. I appreciate that. Thank you, brother, because that was one of my biggest things too these past few weeks. Is it's like, okay, I literally changed my entire room around so I could sit here. Um, because prior to this, in the new episodes and everything, I actually sat on the opposite side of the room, and I only had like a 2 foot path. That was it. Now I've got 3/4 of my room opened up to where I have a floor I can actually move on and reposition myself. But for the most part, like this one here, the wall I'm on right now, let's see. Yeah, right here where my hand is on the wall, this is going out of my room. So right here's a door, and then I've got a corner. Then I've got a closet, and then I've got the opposing wall. And then on that side of the room, to my right is my TV, which is actually sitting right here. Oh, not that my hand's in the way where you can see it anyway, but that's what this big black thing is over my shoulder is my TV. And I actually wanted this to be able to be in the screen, but I still haven't managed to figure out how to do that because I wanted originally to be able to use this kind of like a picture in picture so I could sit off to the side and physically show you things rather than be like, well, here, let me share my screen. No, screw sharing my screen and making it bigger because then I can have a big screen TV sitting here and I can literally point instead of trying to struggle and go, okay, well, watch my mouse or whatever. Of course, I haven't figured out how to quite get everything set up the way I wanted to, and that's why I would love your opinion because I would love to make this as best as I possibly can view wise so I don't look like I'm just sitting here like some Joe Schmo that doesn't care about my studio setup. And it's not that I don't care about my studio setup, but um I didn't want to show too much at first. But now that I've opened up to everybody the way that I have this past week, it's like what the hell does it matter if you see the inside of my room anyway? So maybe I will just start switching things around again a little bit more, and I will set this up so you can actually see more than me just sitting against this damn wall. Cause yeah, um, I liked having my cedar chest and things behind me. I thought it looked better instead of this bright background. I felt having my curtain behind me gave a nice little contrast, but at the same time, it's like, well, what if it gets too sunny? I know they're blackout curtains, but sometimes them blackout curtains still get a nice little bit of a minor glow through them. So I didn't know if that was going to affect any of the lighting on my camera either, because I am actually using a cell phone for my live stream. I do not have a webcam, and I don't have one of them good DSLR cameras or anything like that. I am literally using my old cell phone that just sits around taking up space. So that's one of the main reasons that I have things set up the way I do is because, well, I'm going the cheap route. Until I can figure out a way to afford things to improve things, I'm going as cheap as possible. um, then in fact, I had debated over doing like the Boya mic or the lavalier mic. That way I didn't have to have this damn microphone here that I'm using now sitting on the arm that it is for podcasting. Because that's actually what this is. I'm using an Audio Technica podcasting kit. It's a boom arm with an ATH 2005 USB microphone. which is a combo microphone. I can either use it as a USB microphone or an XLR cable microphone. So if I don't want to use it on the computer itself, I can use it in the traditional manner, which is nice because I do things where I could use it that way, but I wanted to keep my shot as clean as possible. And now I've got this thing right here that is always in my shot. And I don't know if you can hear it right now, but if you can hear a kind of thing in the background, that is actually my laptop. Um this new laptop has a like super high speed fan to help keep it cool, and I've got it set on performance settings so it does its best to keep it cool as best as possible, but not overdo it, because this computer does actually have a turbo fan, and if I turn that on, you might not be able to hear me because it gets loud. And that's so I can actually cool it off super quick. It also has a silent setting, but when I do that, it gets super quiet, but at the same time, the heat starts increasing on the computer. And if you know anything about electronics, heat on electronics is not good. And this can't, this can't like take a crap on me, because this computer that I'm using was my entire stimulus check. Serious. My entire stimulus check and then some. I had to chip in even more on top of my stimulus check out of my savings to get this laptop, because the old one that I have, well, still have, but my old laptop would not be able to do anything that I'm doing right now because it was so old. And I mean like so old that it it can't even compare to the speed of this new computer. And I want to make sure that I do the best when it comes down to making it so you can hear me clearly and you can see me clearly and provide you with the value that you're here for. I am using it as a webcam. Um, Thanks to D Niman, uh, D, if you ever happen to see this replay, because I know you do occasionally pop in on some of us. Um, if it wasn't for D Niman, I would not be able to have a camera right now, because this computer does not have a built-in camera at all. It's got a microphone built in, but that's it, just so I can use the Cortana thing, which is kind of like Google or Alexa, or sorry if I made yours go off if you have one. Um, but D Niman, because he is actually down in Mexico, he don't have all of his standard gear with him for his studio, and you don't travel internationally with everything from your studio, so he took his mobile kit. And in his mobile kit is his phones. And he had found this app called IV Cam. And IV Cam is a software that you could put on your computer as well as onto your phone and use your phone as a webcam. It can be used wirelessly or hooked up through the USB. Myself, I like using the USB because I know that it shouldn't cut out. Unfortunately, for some reason yesterday in my stream, I don't know if I bumped my cord or something or what, but I ended up losing video in that last half. And I do apologize for that because I am using the same phone and the same program right now. I don't know what happened yesterday for it to just decide to cut out like it did, but I am glad that you guys stuck around for me to be able to finish the live stream. I appreciate that because I know a lot of people that they'd seen that little tech error yesterday and then been like, "Oh no, screw you, you're done. See ya. I'm done with the stream." And in some cases, I have heard of people just going unsub like that because of technical errors. So I do appreciate you guys sticking around yesterday for that more than you may realize because I was kind of afraid of that yesterday too, whether anyone was just gonna bounce out on me because I lost my camera. I have both the lav mic for the phone and the podcast on me. Nice, nice, Dale. I I was I was looking at getting the Boya, but it's like I don't know about using the lavalier mic with my computer. I'm sure I could probably hook it in and it might work all right, but I don't know. I haven't had one. And then like my phone is actually sitting in the Smooth Pro gimbal and it has to sit just right in there to be balanced and everything. So my cord for the phone at this particular moment is actually in there and like crushed into fitting in place and hanging down. So I'm probably screwing up my USB cord now that I come to think about it. That could have been why I had an issue yesterday. Gotta love when dogs bark outside, all yippy dippy and crap, making all kinds of extra background noise. Sorry about that. But I do believe I will clip blabbering like I am and just going off because it's like I feel like I'm rambling. I'm sorry. Because it's like I did my challenge and then I went into different topics and now it's like, you just keep pretty much going off on different thought after thought after thought. And I apologize because this right here is why I was saying earlier, like with me and Lauren and Nicole, when we started out doing live streaming to use StreamYard. And our first live stream was like 4.5 hours. So that's how this ends up happening is we start having conversations and then it's just like time just flies by. And I apologize because I'm sure that you guys all have stuff to do today as well. And I do not want to keep you from doing what you want to do just to sit here and listen to me ramble on all day. Nice, Sean. My old laptop that is sitting down by my feet on this table here, or uh, yeah, I'm using a microwave stand with wheels on it as my computer table. It actually works out pretty good. That way, I can move it around the room, and it's got enough room for me to have my external hard drives and everything sitting here, so it's kind of easy access. Um, I wish it was just a little bit wider. I might have to figure out a way to modify it and add on a side panel that I can lift up or something to give me just a little bit more room on it. But yeah, my old laptop that I quit using so I could go to this one and be able to edit and everything better. It's about the same age as yours, Sean. So I feel you, man. Excuse me. Pardon. Did not mean to burp in your ear. Um, hey, Cad Pro, how are you doing? Thank you for joining me today. It's awesome to see you here. Let's see, while working on my first author. Hey, awesome, Dale. That's awesome. I was actually working on my newsletter the other day. If you haven't seen already, if you guys would like to, you don't have to, but I am throwing this out there just because it is something I've mentioned in my videos previously that I've learned since going to the People of Video conference and things, that I had to start more or less a mailing list or a newsletter or something, because with the whole TikTok scare, whether it's going to be banned or whether it's not, having an email list is actually a very, very good safety feature for us as content creators. So I am actually going to be doing a newsletter myself now. And in this newsletter, I plan on giving things such as episodes that you may not have missed, episodes that I may not actually publish publicly here specifically just for that newsletter, for different resources or things like that that I think might interest the viewers. I also plan on giving resources to different websites that I trust and believe will benefit our community, as well as resources to the different associations, foundations, and places like that to be able to find the information you may need for a particular eye disability or a physical disability of any type. Um, I have been a part of the Foundation Fighting Blindness since I was a kid. um, I actually have a folder with a crap ton of information in it, but it would take me hours to sit here and read everything because, when I got that, they didn't consider, I don't think, that it was going to be somebody who was blind trying to read all the information. So it's in standard print, and I need like super large print or audio. And I do have a new magnifier uh tabletop device with a screen and the camera pointing down or pointing up. Actually it's called the Acrobat HD, and it's awesome because compared to my old magnifier, which was one of the old style freaking big computer monitor looking things with the sensor underneath and the movable tray, that thing sucked. It was black and white, and it was all glitchy and crap because it was from like the early 90s, late 80s, and it was a hand me down. I was thankful I had it and got to use it for a while, but the new one that I have is so much better. It's got a HD camera on it, and it's on a flat screen monitor, so it's a lot easier for me to work with. It's got a remote control, so I ain't got to sit there and push all kinds of buttons on the machine itself. I could just sit here and click like I'm on my TV, and that's how I'm going to have to read everything unless I can figure out a way to get it scanned and put on my computer to read it to me. And that's a pain in the butt. In fact, I might have said this a couple weeks ago about how I kind of got annoyed with some of the assistive technology apps on my phone because originally it was the Adobe Scan that had the feature of OCR, and it would literally be able to look at the paper and just give you the text on the paper on your screen and then read it to you. They actually took that feature away, so now when you go and take the picture of the text, it takes a picture of the freaking paper and it doesn't change anything. It doesn't read it or anything like that. It just goes, here you go, same picture. Now zoom in, and that's stupid. I don't know what they did to their Adobe Scan app to do that, but I had to go and find a different OCR that would actually grab the text so I could copy and paste it to stuff. Yeah, CCTV. Thank you, blind guy. I couldn't remember there for a minute what the heck they were called. Screen reader or audio, that's what I can do, or short form text or social media, doesn't matter. But physical print, none. Yeah, I am so with you on that, Dale. It is a big pain in the butt for me to do physical print unless I am on some kind of device to zoom way in. Um, you don't have to CAD Pro. I'm leaning in because I still have my phone not hooked up at the moment to be able to keep up close on the chat. I wasn't actually anticipating being on here so long today. um, so tomorrow I will have my phone set up so you won't have to worry. I'll be able to sit here and read a lot easier. I was just trying to do so much before I went live today. I was actually literally 10 seconds before I went live today, I was in a Zoom meeting. So I hurried up, got out the meeting, set it down, hit live. Yes, I have a built-in screen reader on the computer, and I'm still figuring out how to use it because I've noticed that it is not entirely 100% accurate when reading, which is kind of messed up because it's like, how can you mispronounce words that are properly spelled? But then again, well, what am I thinking? This is a computer trying to speak for a human. So, you know, some of the flaws, bugs within technology. Yeah, that's the only thing I really don't like about some of the screen readers is, you know, how is it you could take the word from and turn it into from, and it's like what was that? It sounded like somebody just wanted to fart into their microphone or something. Sorry for a reference, but that was the first thought that came to my mind. Um it's like, how can you take such an easy word and screw it up? you know and that's honestly why I'm not using like a screen reader now to do my comments for me, because I had actually seen that you could use it, but it's a pain in the butt because when you do use some of the screen readers, like right now, if I was to, instead of it reading just your comment, it would read everything on my screen, every tab, marker for one of my favorites, everything. It would list everything off, and that's why I don't use it while I'm going live, because that to me is super super annoying, because it's like I want to hear what you say in the chat, not hear everything on my screen plus the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know why it's that way. I think that the developers might have to do more like a pronunciation type text rather than just going with standard English, because that's funny because now that I think about it, um when I do my music, I actually have a text generator in there for speech. That way I don't necessarily have to uh, sing or talk or whatever. I can type out what I want the program to say for me, and it will put it out. And I have noticed with that, it's the same way as just like our screen readers. And um, instead of just typing out the word properly, you have to be creative in your spelling as if it would be like in the dictionary for the pronunciation area for like party, for instance, it would be p-r-t rather than being p-a-r-t-y. You have to have that extra space sometimes to be able to make a word work, or you might have to have an extra letter or two to give it that right vowel sound. So I'm thinking that might actually be something I could work on with with a couple people I know that are developers of some programs. So that's a good idea. I will actually see if I can get a hold of them this afternoon and see what their thoughts are about possibly creating a program for us to be able to fix that problem. Because if we could do that, that would be freaking amazing. I would love to be able to hear it read text without screwing up. Oh, all right. Thank you. But yeah, I will actually see because, like I said, I watch Pat Flynn every morning, and because of being there, I have access to a Slack group that is nothing but Pat Flynn's followers, and we have quite a bit of people in there that do apps and web design and developers of different types. So I will actually reach out in there because I do have a disabled group within our Slack group to share resources and things like that. So I will post in there this afternoon and see if one of the developers is maybe got free time or uh can schedule a day at some point this week or something soon to where we can possibly discuss app development or software development to improve OCR for screen readers. Because I think that would be a great benefit for everybody in our community, even if it's just some way to update the old versions of stuff would be awesome. Um, is there anything else you might be able to think of that you would like me to bring up to one of the developers in the group that we might be able to get handled at the same time? Because if there is, please, by all means, feel free to put it in the chat real quick, and I will copy and paste that into a list, and I will put that in there for them to see if we can get some assistance on that. Uh, video for screen. Uh, Updating old software for those who cannot afford new tech. Yes, definitely. Yeah. Pat Flynn is a podcaster. Pat does a lot. Actually, he does podcasting. He's an author. He does course creations, video creation. Pat is like the entrepreneur of entrepreneurs. That's why I'm there every morning to listen to him, because when this pandemic started, actually, Pat has been giving away a couple of his courses for free. And when I mean free, I mean totally legit, zero money at all. And we're talking $300, $500 courses on building a business from the ground up and building your brand from the ground up. And that's why I have been watching him every single day, is because he started doing his live stream. What did he say today? 141 days ago, Pat started streaming. And when he started doing that, he started giving his courses away. I found Pat like day 4 or day 5 into him doing live, thanks to YouTube suggesting him because of watching Nick Nimmin and Roberto Blake. That's actually how I found Pat. And I've been there ever since. I've only missed 2 days out of this entire time, once because of the weather, and the other day because of the internet crashing. Otherwise, I have never missed Pat, ever. And I don't plan on it. Or at least not intentionally. Because I will put my earbuds in just so I can listen to him while I'm doing whatever I'm doing if I can't sit here and watch him. Yes. Pat Flynn has a channel. PAT space FLYNN, and that's how you'll find him on here on YouTube. Um, if you also want to be able to find his courses and stuff, go to smartpassiveincome.com. Um, I do believe that he's still giving his courses away. I am not 100% sure at this particular moment. I will pull that up real quick and let you know. Because if he is, and you want another resource of how to make some income from one of the masters himself, yeah, let's see here. Where is it? Yeah, that's the right main website, but I gotta remember the actual link to the courses. I think it's. Yeah, I've sat here and listened to Pat so much, and I've heard him mention so many different things on this website that I can't remember exactly which tab it was that I was supposed to go to. I think it's this one. I do believe. I'd like to think anyway. Sorry guys, bear with me just a second here. I'm trying to make sure I get you the right thing. I don't want to tell you just to go to the website and then you're going to be sitting there scatterbrained going, hey, wait a minute, there's all this stuff, but where's that at? I want to make sure I get you to the exact spot I was making. I want to make sure. Where is it? I almost wonder if he took it down. I'm not seeing it. Um, Crap. I'm not finding the original spot for the courses that I got from him. So I will actually reach out to make sure that the courses might still be free. I'm not sure if he's still doing them for free because he's been doing it for the last few months, and I know that it's been getting a lot of use. So I don't know how much longer he's going to be offering that, or if it's already been taken down. So I will double check on that, but that is the main website is smartpassiveincome.com, and I will double check with the team and see whether or not Pat is still offering the courses for free or not. If he's not by chance, if you are with me in the mastermind, then you don't have to worry about that because I already have all those resources myself. You don't have to worry about that. If you want to learn the same things that I'm learning these last couple months that I got for free, then don't worry about going and finding that actual spot online. I will help you take care of that within our groups. It's the least I can do if you're in there. That's actually one of the resources I started uploading already, and I want it to be there for future reference because it's gonna help all of us a great deal as content creators. Yeah, yeah, Pat is awesome, Greg. I freaking love him, and he actually kind of shocked me because he's only a couple of years older than I am. The first day I seen him, I thought he was like older than me, and I actually found out we're only a couple years apart. So it was kind of cool. It's like, wow, I didn't realize I was learning from somebody who's just a couple years older than me. I thought he was much older than me. And Pat's awesome. He is down to earth, freaking he is so beyond helpful. He's funny. Um, I really I highly recommend that if you are not already one of his subscribers and you want to do business around your content, I definitely recommend Pat Flynn. He is number one. Pat Flynn is number one in my opinion. Now, I'm gonna I'm kind of bragging here, but out of everybody that we have for influencers, okay? Out of everyone, the number one I will listen to is Pat Flynn when it comes down to business. Second, when it comes to business, is Karma Cashflow. Karma Cashflow is also another subscriber and a real good friend to Pat. And we've all developed a relationship. That's why I was saying earlier in the stream that I know I can go and ask these guys questions. And I know I might not be able to get all the answers from them for free, but I know I can at least get some answers from them without having to worry about anything. So I will actually find out if the courses are still listed as free. If they are not, don't worry. I will take care of that in the sense that I already have them. So you can utilize what I have already and I will put them in the group because I've got like the worksheets and stuff like that where it's just real quick, simple little lesson of here, this is what you need to do, and you're done. Anyone know about the hackers on YouTube that use Bitcoin once they take your identity on YouTube? Yes, actually, I heard about Roberto Blake earlier, and I heard Dan Courier earlier mention on this. I don't know the entire ins and outs of everything, but apparently, what has happened is somehow some hackers, whether it's inside of those companies or whether it's somebody outside of the companies being able to breach into the company, they have figured out a way past the two-step verification to log in. So, as I heard last night from Roberto Blake, well, it's not really last night. It was like super, super early this morning because I didn't go to bed until freaking 4. But they have figured out a way to bypass two-factor authentication to log into your account. And what they're doing is they're bypassing that, then they're going in and they're pretending that they're you, or well, whomever that they actually take over, and they'll do like a live event like we are right now, and they'll tell people, oh well, go over and click on this link to do donations or whatever the hell, and then they're stealing all that Bitcoin, and then they're disappearing and locking people out of their accounts. And once that happens, you're going to have a hard time getting back into it because you might not be able to get YouTube's help right away or in time to fix the issue if they can fix the issue. So, Roberto Blake was recommending that you use one of the password companies that they have out there to give a computer generated password. What was LastPass or something like that? There was a couple of them he listed off last night, but he said to use something like that as well as to have a separate secret email for your account. That way, when you log in, your email is completely different than the email that somebody might send to ask you questions or inquire about collaborating or something like that. That way, you have a safe email address to log into your account, and nobody else will know that one. That's the only purpose it's there for. And then you'll have a second email account that will be strictly for giving out for people to give access to contact you. That way, should the hackers try to per se email you with one of them phishing scams, and they're like, oh well, hey, we want to do a brand deal, or we want to do a collaboration, and they got all of them links in there. Well, we need you to do this, we want you to do that. Instead of them going right to your personal email that you might have your account linked to right now, you send them to that alternative email, and that email is not linked to your account. That way they cannot hack into your account. That's another safety feature there that Roberto was mentioning last night. Um, they are working on getting this handled. How long it's going to take them to really fix it so they can't get into things on us like that, I don't know. One of the higher up influencers would probably have more information than I do, because like I said, I just heard about it early this morning, and I about freaked out because that was one of my first thoughts. Is it's like, well, does that mean I got hacked? Did somebody get into our accounts and start scamming people or what? And thankfully, I have not seen anything suspicious on mine yet. But please, if you guys ever notice anything that looks suspicious come up on my page, please let me know. I will definitely do the same thing for you, because I don't want to see any of us losing our channels because of someone stupid, and I don't want to see us losing our channels because we got hacked either. So I will find out as much as I can to actually give you an update besides what I've already heard. Oh, thank you, Cassine. I think I hope I'm saying your name right. Cassine or Cassie Ann. Sorry if I didn't say it right. Thank you for coming and watching with us today. I appreciate you. But yeah, CAD Pro, that is yeah, when you do your email on the about page, you want a separate email. That way that hopefully they won't be able to get into anything because it's separate from your account. It extra little safety feature, because if, like right now, if you're logged on to your main account watching and you don't have a secondary email, right? You have your email that you're using right now to log in as your email contact. They can go to that, send you one of them emails, and not necessarily even have you click on anything. I do believe, honestly, in some cases, they've gotten to the point to where you don't even have to click on a link sometimes, to where if you just open the email, it might do something. So if you suspect anything is suspicious, you flag it, spam it, get rid of it. Do not. This is one thing I keep hearing from all influencers: Pat Flynn, Roberto Blake, Nick Nimmin, Dean Nimmin, Dan Courier. They will all, every influencer I talk to will tell you right now, do not, do not click on links in emails that you do not know. Anybody reaches out to you, even if it were me, for instance, okay? Hypothetically, right now, I email you and I tell you, hey, I think we should collaborate. Here's a link to my channel. Click here to find my channel. And you click on that link. It might take you to what looks like a legit Facebook or a YouTube page, but it's not necessarily legit. It could be made that way by a hacker specifically to gain access to your computer because they know what they're doing with coding and things. So if you ever receive an email from anybody telling you they want to collaborate, they want to do affiliate deals, brand deals, anything like that, and they have a link in it, don't click the link. Don't. if anything, do some research. Go Google whoever it is that emailed you. If it's a company, Google that company. See what you get for results. See if they are actually legit companies. If they aren't, well, then you know you already saved yourself some time and hassle of dealing with somebody trying to gain access that shouldn't. Um, if it's legit, you should be able to find a resource on Google that will show that yes, they are a legit company or a legit channel, a legit person. And then instead of clicking on their link in that email, reply to them. Don't click the link, actually reply to them. Or you can send a completely fresh email. That way you're not clicking the reply so they can't just figure out some other way for a backdoor hack to get in there. But email them physically yourself and be like, who are you? Why do you want to collaborate? What do you want from me? This way, if they are legit, you have a little bit more time to gauge based on what they're telling you. If you've seen my episode yesterday, I actually had a situation like this that I am in the process of dealing with myself right now. In fact, I will pull it up here so I can reference it just for you so you know what I'm talking about to avoid. Because it's definitely a bit nerve-wracking when you get these kind of things and you don't know whether or not they're legit or not. Okay? So I've received 3 emails from this one person, whomever it may be. And each of them has 2 links in the email. But if you listen to the wording of the email, you can tell that there's some suspicious things going on here. For instance, okay, I'm going to read this word for word. This is the second, or no, this is the third one that I got because this is the most recent. Reminder in parentheses. Would you be interested in a 5 to 10 minute survey about streamers with visual impairment? Now you see what I just said. Would you be interested in a 5 to 10 minute survey about live streaming with visual impairment? That means whoever this is has seen this channel or has at some point figured out that I am visually impaired based on something online to approach me, whether it's on LinkedIn, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, whatever. Whoever it is has found my link to my address for this email somewhere to approach me because of being blind. That's your first clue, is if they know a bit about you without really knowing you. Okay? And then you look at the actual name of the address. Now, I don't know how well it's going to focus, but you see how that name is in foreign language? When you receive an email, nobody's name should be in a foreign language. It should show it in your language. As far as I have always been told, Google has always automatically translated names. So that was another flag right there. That's number 2 for me. Okay, the email states, "Good afternoon. This is a friendly reminder to see if you are interested in participating in our study. We are researchers of the University of Seoul in Korea." Now you heard that. University of Seoul in Korea. and the University of Michigan, which is my home state where I'm at right now, conducting a study about the experience of users with visual impairment on live streaming platforms, e.g., i.e., whatever way you put it. I always say i.e. rather than e.g. I've never really understood why they used e.g., but anyway, Twitch, YouTube, and that's it. That's the only two references they made was Twitch and YouTube in that first little reference for live streaming. We are how streamers with visual impairments broadcast, stream, and interact with viewers on video-based online social platforms. Now you heard that, right? The way that they just said that, we are how. I know some people cannot speak real good English. I understand that. But somebody that is professionally going to reach out to you to do a study of any type or a collaboration or of any type is going to spell check and make sure that what they send you makes sense. They're not going to go, hey, stream how you do on in visual impairment on YouTube. No, no. How do you stream on YouTube with a visual impairment? So that was a big red flag for me. Ultimately, we aim to design and develop a technology that improves the accessibility of live streaming platforms and interactions with viewers to support streamers with visual impairments. Okay, that part there sounds pretty good. No real actual mess ups in language. We would like you to learn from your experience. Now, you heard that. We would like you to learn from your experience in perspective regarding the topic. We are looking for people who are following the criteria. Again, you notice the difference in language where we need people who meet the following requirements. Now, we're in need of the people who have these requirements. Must be between 18 and 64. No problem. Must be able to understand English. But I would hope you're typing to me in English. If I didn't understand English, I don't think I'd be reading the email. Must be able to understand English to complete this survey. Must be legally blind and have no other disabilities. Example, hearing impaired. Why does that matter? Because, in my opinion, if you're visually impaired and this whole survey is about being visually impaired, you shouldn't discriminate against those that have hearing loss because there are some conditions for disabilities when it comes down to the eye diseases that actually do cause hearing loss. And that to me is another mess up because they should be including those with the other disabilities. Must have experience in live streaming a video, gameplays, or vlogs at least once in the past 3 months. And preferably have live streamed at least 3 videos in total under his or her channel. As a small token of appreciation for this survey, you will be entered into a drawing. Well, it says a draw, but we know that means drawing for a $10 gift card. Please specify the country that you want the gift card sent to, because that's where it will be issued, and your email address, since the gift card will be sent via email. Bull. Please put your preferred email address for receiving the gift card. This survey is expected to take 5 to 10 minutes to complete. Before completing a survey, now you heard that, before completing a survey, not before completing the survey, because it said, we want you to do this survey that takes 5 to 10 minutes. And they're not specifying, we want you to take this survey, they want you to take a survey. So there's another mess up. Before completing a survey, please read the following participation consent form. There's your first link. We done already told you pretty much what the whole thing is about, but now we're going to tell you, you need to click this link, go to this form or website, wherever it's going to lead you, to go see more information that they could have already relayed right here in the email. So there's another mess up, right? And then you get past that link. If you are interested in participating, please fill out the following form. There is your start of the second link. After that link, you have, it would also be a great help if you are able to share this URL with other streamers with visual impairment. Now they're asking you not only to click on their stuff because of this, but now they want you to copy it and share it out to other people that are in your community. Or the community of people with visual impairment. Now, what sense does that sentence make right there? Share this URL with streamers with visual impairment or people with visual impairment. This whole survey is supposed to be about visually impaired YouTubers. So if they are not a visually impaired YouTuber, why would you share this link to a non-YouTuber visual impairment community? There's another not happening. At least not from me. Okie dokie.
You need anything?
Not that I can think of. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. Would you mind?
Getting it fresh?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Yep.
And then you get to the very bottom of it, and it says, if you have any questions or concerns regarding the survey or the study, feel free to contact me by email with the email address, which is it's spelled in English, but it's you could tell it would probably either be a foreign name or a fake name. I don't know. As I said, I am very suspicious of it. But you have a Gmail address. That's still a little bit nerve-wracking to me. Then you have, thank you for your time and consideration. I hope you have a wonderful day. Sincerely, Junie Young June, which is the same name that was in the email a second ago. And underneath this, you know how some of the companies have that extra section of text underneath everything that tells you what their business address is, phone number, stuff like that, right? They've got one of those on this email. And it states, Junie Young June. Thank you.
Yep. Okay, we're gonna run to the store and be right back.
Okay. At the end of this email, it states Junie Young June, and I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. I'm sorry if you are a legit person and I'm screwing up your name, but that's how it looks to me for pronunciation. Undergraduate student, molecular, cellular, and developmental biology / health informatics and health information management, University of Washington. Email address again. So now you've heard the name, you've heard the way that they do not speak plain English and put it in a text that is understandable. They have misspellings and do not make sense in the way that they word things. Then you have multiple links, and then they also reference that I am from this place, working with this place, and then the information at the very bottom of the email is 100% different. Why would I want to contact somebody who says that they're in Seoul, in Korea, and participating with the University of Michigan, and then at the very bottom of your email tell me that this is coming from the University of Washington? Two universities with the same student is not gonna happen. You're sure as hell not gonna have the same student in two countries and have three different references. Oh, I'm a student, undergraduate student in Seoul at the university there, as well as participating with University of Michigan, and then again make the reference at the very bottom of graduate student or undergraduate student at the University of Washington. No, that to me is beyond suspicious and fake. That is phishing. That's looking for any way to get your eye because of an interest. That clickbait, that's what it is clickbait. We want you to click. That way when you click on that link, you sacrifice the integrity of your account at that point. Just like all the other influencers would tell you, if you get an email that says you've got a copyright claim on your videos, always go to your account. Do not click on the link in the email stating, hey, you got a copyright claim, because it might not be legit from YouTube. That's another way people screw us over like that. They'll say, oh, hey, this is YouTube, but it's not actually YouTube. It's somebody made a fake YouTube lookalike address, and then they made a fake email using the YouTube header and logo and things like that to make it look legit, to get you to click on stuff. So once you click on it, they can then hack into your stuff and take over your account, steal your identity, or whatever case may be. So if you ever get a email about copyright claims or copyright strikes, anything like that, go into your YouTube, go into your channel, go to your YouTube studio. When you go into your YouTube studio, look at your videos list. In your videos list, it tells you, you got the videos on your left. You could click on it to put in your description, your analytics, and all that right there, right? Off to the right of that, it will tell you whether or not you've had it scheduled, and it will tell you right there whether or not you have a copyright claim or a copyright strike. Do not click on links in emails. You will get hacked 9 chances out of 10, and that's not what you want. I don't want to see you get hacked. I don't want to be hacked, and I don't want to see any of us lose our content or have issues with law enforcement because somebody decided, here, I'm going to email you, I'm taking control of your stuff, and then now I'm going to go out and I'm going to say I'm you and start stealing from all kinds of other people. So be careful. Always, always, always check things before clicking on it. Because I actually have, besides that email I just read, I have received multiple fake YouTube copyright claims and copyright strike emails. In fact, the next time I get one, I will save it and I will make a video specifically on it so you can see what I'm talking about. In fact, if you would like, I will make a video with this email that I have here as well, going through it so you can actually see it besides me just holding it to the camera. Because that there is some ways that people can really, really, really screw people over, especially in our community. Because we are visually impaired, they can take advantage of that. Oh, well, hey, we'll put this nice little slew of reasons why you need to click on this. And then once you click on it, because you're going, hey, cool, somebody actually cares about our community, I want to see what they're doing, you just got screwed because they didn't really want anything good from us. They just wanted to go, hey, let me steal your identity. Hey, you're a content creator? Cool. I'm going to go in here because you got close to 1,000 people and I'm going to close out your account so you can't get it. And I'm going to change your password and I'm going to hurry up and inflate your numbers so I can get to wherever. And then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to screw your subscribers by going, donate to me for this or whatever. Yes, Greg. I'm glad you actually mentioned that. I know exactly what you're talking about when it comes to the wave of the fake accounts because for like 3 months, every video I have literally uploaded, including these streams, the instant that we're done, I'm going to go look because I haven't had it happen in a few days. But these past few months, every video, the instant, and I mean the very instant that it is published, boom, there's a comment, there's a like. And it's always from somebody with like ATEM or TEM or TIM, and they all use the same freaking logo. All of them. Never once did that person, whoever it was, swap out any of the headers, any of the logos. So you knew it was a bot. They'll tell you, hey, I want to be friends. Hey, I loved it. Hey, keep it up. And that's all they say. Or, sub me, I'll sub you back. Don't do sub for sub. If you do sub for sub, you will get your account banned. That is actually a part of the YouTube algorithm. If I tell you to subscribe to me as a call to action and you do it, that's one thing. Now, if we're sitting here like right now, and I'll say, for example, Greg, the Blind Guy Show, tells you, CAD Pro, hey, we're sitting here chatting with Andy, right? I want you to subscribe to me because we're community members. And then because you subscribe to me, I'll subscribe to you. YouTube will look at that as a sub for sub rather than being actual subscribers. They're going to look at you suspicious because they're going to assume that you're trying to inflate numbers and they're going to assume that you're trying to hack. They're assuming that you're doing something you're not supposed to. And in which case, if their algorithm thinks you're doing something you're not supposed to, they're going to close your account. And you all know this all too well. YouTube is known to make some mistakes. And sometimes when they make a mistake, they immediately take action on that mistake. And then when you contact them, it takes them forever to respond. By the time they respond, it could have been too late. It could have been over the time limit, and you could now have your account completely abolished, all your videos, everything. So be careful, because that I was telling everybody I seen the instant that I noticed that them freaking names were popping up. The dude that was doing it was known as the comical Canadian. That was the original account that started it all. The comical Canadian went from that, then it went into ATEM, then it went into Tim, and then it went into another variant, and another variant, and another variant. And it's the same person every time. So be careful opening your emails if you get contacted about collaborations, brand deals, affiliates, anything like that. Anything YouTube, be suspicious. If it's not like a notification telling you, hey, Consult the Blind Guy's live, or Consult the Blind Guy just uploaded a video. Those you're gonna already know which one's legit and which not. Just because of the way that YouTube automatically sends out their stuff when it comes to those kind of notifications. Everything else, be very, very suspicious. Because I don't know about you, but I do believe we've all spent quite a bit of time here on our content and curating the information that we share and posting videos and editing thumbnails and everything else. And I don't want to see none of us have that kind of an issue. Fresh coffee tastes good. I don't know if you guys seen this or not either, but one of the Twitch streamers, Jake, I do believe he was one of the Twitch streamers that just came over here to YouTube, or maybe he was here on YouTube, went to Twitch and came back. I don't know. Either way, he's got freaking money like the good Lord allows. He was actually raided by the FBI yesterday. Now, I don't know exactly why he was raided, but if he did something on YouTube or on a platform and the FBI is raiding him, you might want to be prepared for more possible platform changes. Why do I say this? Because Kappa is the same kind of situation. If you don't know why we actually ended up with this whole Kappa ordeal, the COPPA, where we now have to designate whether our stuff is kid friendly or not kid friendly, that's because YouTube screwed up big time. They, on their own, are the ones that put us in this situation. They, in my opinion, should be the only ones to get punished. The federal government shouldn't have been able to state that they would be punishing us as individual creators when it's not us doing the things. It is Google. It is YouTube that actually collects the data, not us. The only data I'm collecting right here, really, you know what I'm collecting for data? Your username. How am I collecting it? Right here in my own head. Because I see you enough, I know your name. That's all I need. Now, if you tell me your actual first name or whatever like that, well, cool. I'll know for later on in the future that this channel is owned by this person. For instance, The Blind Guy Show. Greg, Ability Mom of Two. Leah. I know you guys. We have developed a personal community and relationship between each other. We all support each other, we all watch each other. We more or less know each other. So we know that we can trust each other. Whereas they turned around and YouTube actually went out and told companies like Mattel, "Oh, we're collecting all this data here, and did you know that we've got children on our platform? We're the number one children's network online." That was a big, big, big red flag. Why? Because it has always been a federal law not to collect data on children. And it has only been recently that the federal government has actually started enforcing it. And that's how we ended up with COPPA. Is it was already a part of the law, but YouTube violated it. And because YouTube violated it, that means we as content creators technically in a sense did violate it because we get our analytics. That's their way of screwing us. Because Google collects analytics on our behalf to know, okay, our viewers are here in the US and they're on between 5 a.m. and 8 p.m. and your viewers are between the ages of 17 and 50, or your viewers between the age of 4 and 16, for example, because that's the kind of crap that they were doing at YouTube. That's what their analytics that's what their analytics does, is break down everything fine like that so we know what we're doing. So we can focus on who our audience is, if they're in the right age range of who we want to reach. And YouTube violated the law. And in turn, that put punishment on us because they messed up. And that's not cool. And it shouldn't be put on us when they mess up. We're not the ones collecting the data. They do. So in my opinion, honestly, I believe that if anybody's going to get punished for the whole COPPA crap, it should be YouTube, Google. They should be the ones that have to pay every fine for every user who gets in trouble, in my opinion. They're the ones collecting the data, not us. They do it. I know they're doing it to give us information so we can create our content, but we don't actually collect that info. They do it. It's not like we've got access to everybody's email address. It's not like we have access to everybody's GPS location. It's not like we can turn on the freaking microphone. Oh, sorry for bumping the microphone. It's not like we could turn on the microphones in our phone to spy on whoever's on the other end of the screen right now to advertise to them, like Facebook does, like YouTube does, like Google does, like all the other platforms out there. That is how they've actually screwed up this system for us and made the platform suck, in my opinion. I love YouTube, but with this whole made for kids thing is stupid, because I have friends that I can't even subscribe to now because their content is family friendly. That's stupid. If it's family friendly, then we should have a family friendly YouTube and then keep it that way. If you want a kids YouTube, it should be YouTube Kids that way. If it's just us like we are now, it should stay youtube.com. That way we can have whatever the hell kind of content we want. We shouldn't be restricted on what we post. This is the whole purpose of the platform being created, or at least that's what I was under the impression of 15 years ago when I started, because I have literally been here since day one. Valentine's Day, 2005, day one, YouTube.com. I have been here. I have been through every freaking change that this company, this platform has gone through. And it pisses me off that we've gone this far into restrictions and censorship and stuff like that. Our platform is losing its originality in the sense that we're being censored as if it's the government coming right into our houses now. Oh, can't say that. But yet I can. First Amendment right, assholes. Sorry, guys, but pardon the language. First Amendment right. I have the right to free speech. So I can say whatever the fuck I want to. And if you don't like it, well, that's fine. That's your opinion. And I am totally fine with that. You know, that's what pisses me off. First Amendment. You can say what you want. I can say what I want. Doesn't matter whether you curse. Doesn't matter whether you don't curse. It's what you say. It's your right to say it. It's your opinion. Say it. I'm not going to attack you. I might tell you I don't agree with you. I might be angry a little bit when I tell you I don't agree with you. But we're adults. We should be able to have that adult conversation and discuss things without government or some freaking company coming in and going, nope, you can't say that. Nope, you can't say that. Nope, you can't do that, because that is a violation of our constitutional right. This platform, whether people realize it or not, this is social media. Guess what? It's a form of the press. It might not be a legitimate newspaper or news company, but it is still a form of the press. Therefore, everybody in this country has a right to use YouTube. In my opinion, that's my interpretation. In, like I've said, I've been a history buff, so you all know when I'm talking on these things, and I'm sorry if I sound like I'm yelling at you because I don't mean to be, but as you could tell, I'm passionate about this whole topic because I served 8 years to defend the Constitution of the United States. And above all, I am defending the rights of everybody in this goddamn country. I have signed a check, a blank check, that I will die for anyone and anything in this country for it to have equality. And for anybody, whether it's the damn government or whether it's a company, they do not have the right to dictate to us what we say or do. That's the whole point of this country being free. That's the whole point of this country having a constitution with a Bill of Rights. Your First Amendment all the way up to your 28th Amendment. Everything is there to protect you and limit the U.S. government from overstepping its power and dictating to you like some freaking communist or dictator in another country what you can and cannot do. For instance, here in the United States, we can say whatever the hell we want to about anyone in office, providing that you don't go too far. And in that case, I have actually gone too far in some of the ways I have voiced my opinion. Yesterday, some people could take my opinion on number 45 the wrong way, and that could cause all kinds of issues in itself. But I don't care, because that is my opinion. I would much rather see him in a pine box than anywhere else. He is one person. I don't believe his life matters. I say all lives matter, but number 45, in my opinion, does not. He is a bad person. I do not like him. I do not respect him, and therefore I don't want to see him. He could be dead today. He could be dead tomorrow, and I wouldn't care. It wouldn't hurt my damn feelings, not one bit at all. In fact, I would celebrate it. And I'm sorry if you don't agree with me, but that is my honest opinion. I've met the man, I've had bad experiences with the man, and I will never, ever respect the man until he changes his ways. Just telling it like it is. Bad men deserve no respect. Yes. What we say may have consequences, but that's actually what I'm getting at, Greg, is you have to be smart about what you say. You know, now if you're going to go out and threaten somebody that you're going to hurt them or you're going to do something, I totally understand that. But but hear me out on this one, okay? Cuz I have been one of them people in the past, and I'll still do it occasionally now depending on the situation, where you get upset, you get angry when you hear somebody say something, and the first thought that doesn't come across your head is, I'm going to kick your ass. Technically, some people could take, I'm going to kick your ass, as a literal death threat. Even though you might not be saying, I'm going to kill you or I'm going to have something done to you, somebody could still assume or interpret your words as literal physical harm. Now, is threatening somebody that you're going to kick their ass against the law? No. Why? Because it is your right to your opinion that you do not agree. But now, if you want to go to the point of you say more specifically that you're going to physically harm somebody in a specific way, that is a legitimate threat that can get you charged because you are stating you're going to harm someone. That can get you in trouble. If you say you're going to do something to a location or you're going to do anything like that, that can get you in major, major, major trouble. So you have to watch how you word things. I myself, I am admitting this live right here, that I have made threats to that extent. And I don't know if I'm still under review, but a few years ago, because of some of the things I said, thankfully, somebody I know that is actually in a position to showed me that I was on the watch list at one point in time a few years ago because of some of the things I've said. But they also know, or at least the person that showed me the information straight from the government list, the only reason that I have not been picked up or charged with anything like that is because of what I just said a minute ago. I am a Marine above all, and I will defend this country with my life. I will defend your rights with my life. I don't care if it's a government entity that is trying to take your right. I swore an oath to the country, not this damn government. I swore an oath to you, the people of this country, not the damn government. And that's one thing, if you're here watching this as a veteran, I want you to remember one thing. When we signed on that dotted line, when we swore our damn oath to defend this country, you did not swear to defend the country government. You did not swear to defend the government, because that was never what the whole purpose of enlistment was for. Your purpose of enlistment is to defend this land, to defend the rights guaranteed by this land, by constitutional law. You are to defend the life and property of the people in this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And our biggest enemy, in my opinion, in this country is our damn government. Why? Look at how many laws we keep creating and how many freaking things they keep creating on a daily basis in this corrupt system that we have that just keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse. That's why I served, because I'll be damned. I'll be damned if anybody in our government thinks that they're going to tell me or anybody in this country that we don't have the right to speak our minds, to be able to go out and have the job that we want, or whatever the hell the situation may be. Because really, if you want to think about it, who are they anyway? And I don't mean to say this next part in offense to any of you here, because this is not what I'm getting at. But I am a Native American, okay? This is my country. Before anybody else's, this is my country. Why? Because I am a Native. I am a Anishinaabe. I am a Pontiac, to be specific. Chief Pontiac is one of my grandfathers. Therefore, I can state this openly. I will fight the fucking government tooth and nail to defend this country. It was my land before it was yours. I'm sorry, but that's how it goes. This was native land. It was stolen through genocide and killing and murdering and raping and all kinds of bad shit. So I know all too well the history of this country. My family bloodline goes back 50,000 years, which predates the damn Bible. So I know exactly what I'm referring to right now. And I don't mean to sound like I'm yelling at you, but that's probably how I'm coming off, and I don't mean to, because it just pisses me off. I swore an oath, and I will defend that oath, and I will defend everybody in this goddamn country. I might only be one person, but I might be retired now, but my oath never ran out. Ever. Ever. And it never will. Ever. Sorry, but I wanted to make sure that it is very, very, very clear. You can say what you want, and I will not judge you. I might get a little upset because my opinion is different than yours, but I am not going to judge you and say that you do not have that right to your thought, to your speech, to your anything, because I swore to defend that. You're welcome, brother. It is my pleasure to serve our country because in my honest opinion, it was not only about stepping up in the time of our country's need, because I had already wanted to be a soldier when I was a kid, but I was told I was never going to. If you've seen my stream yesterday, you already know a lot about this, but I was told I was never going to accomplish a lot of those things, so I set out to prove people wrong. And I had actually went into the office shortly before 9/11, and once 9/11 hit, that's when I really went like ape shit ballistic and was ready to start killing people. And if we have anything like that happen again, you could bet your ass I'll be ready to go now. I may not have the best eyesight, but you bet your ass I'll go stand on them front lines. And to me, for me to serve is to follow in the footsteps of all of my grandfathers, literally. every one of my grandfathers has been a veteran from now all the way back to the beginning of the founding of this country. And then if you want to get technical, you can go to all my Native American ancestors that were warriors that were here that predate the United States, that predate Columbus. And just so I can clear some things up, because I made a reference the other day about the Great Lie in Columbus. He did not discover America. He discovered the South, one of the Caribbean islands. And it was like 80 years before somebody even finally made it up this way to the United States area. Okay. And prior to him even coming this direction, not that you're going to find this in a lot of textbooks, because there are actually a couple out there way back that will make reference to this. But the Japanese were here before Columbus. The French were here before Columbus. The Vikings were here before Columbus. So, sorry, when I say these things about our tribal histories and governments and everything, I just want to make sure that you understand where I'm coming from and why I feel this way. Because not too many people understand that genocide still happens to this very day in this country when it comes to Native Americans. Why do I say this? Because the government believes that if a Native American gets with a white woman or a black woman or Hispanic or whomever, that every time that happens, that your bloodline shrinks, right? That's quantum. That's just like breeding dogs or cats or cattle, whatever. Traditionally, we as Native Americans do not believe in blood quantum. So if you have one drop of blood, you are a full-blooded Native, because you cannot cut your blood out of you to say, oh, hey, here, this part of me is Native. You can't go, hey, look, my nose right here, it's Native. My left eyeball or my right eyeball is Native. You can't say you're part Native. You're either Native or you're not. If it'd be like looking at somebody, and I hope you don't take this the wrong way either, but it would be like looking at a black person who is light-skinned and telling them, you know what, you're not black. You're not black. You're not from, your ancestors are not from Africa. You're brown, and you come from some freaking undiscovered island way the hell out there that nobody's still found yet. That's what the crap that they're still trying to do is, oh, well, because your parents aren't from this same connection, now we don't have to recognize you. That is a form of genocide. Another quick reference I want to make, and I don't want to sound like I'm being an asshole to anybody here. I don't. But this whole Black Lives Matter situation, okay? If you've seen my video on this topic, I would really, really love for you to put your thoughts in the comments on that video. Get a discussion going on it, because whether you realize this or not, this whole freaking thing going on right now is ridiculous. Because all lives matter. It's not just Black Lives Matter, it's everybody. Okay? Genocide is genocide. Does not matter what the damn color of your skin is. And to be technical, because of this whole ordeal that is going on, the statistics that everybody keeps stating that, oh, well, Black lives are the main lives lost to police violence is bullshit. Blacks, yes, I understand that you are also being shot, beat, wrongfully accused, imprisoned, killed by the government, by the police force, by whomever you want to blame in our government system for the way things are going. But your ethnicity is not actually the top of the list for being killed by police officers. The actual fact is the number one ethnicity or race in this country to be killed more than any other race in this country is Native American. And why do I say this? Because we've come to this point in our country that people have forgotten that more or less that we exist. And if you do acknowledge that we exist, it's a lot of them that say, oh, well, it's our country now, so get the fuck over it anyway and stop off. But when it comes down to it, there are actually so many people in this country who have native blood and are of different varying colors that when the police shoot these people or kill these people, whether they're out in public or in custody, does not matter. The automatic statistic goes to this right here: the color of your skin, not the actual fact of your ethnicity. This skin tone. That's what they base the statistic off of. That's how they do it. Oh, well, we shot a black guy today. No, you shot a native today that just happens to have dark skin. You shot a native today that happens to have light skin. You beat a native today that had whatever color skin. That is the fact when it comes down to it. Natives have been the top race to be wiped off of this country. And I don't mean to sound like I'm bashing on all you or anything, because I just want to make it clear that all lives matter. And we need to stop this fucking fighting over Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, Red Lives Matter, because when it comes down to it, we all do. And we need to quit fucking fighting each other, and we need to take this issue to the real source, which is those in Washington, D.C., that create this damn problem on a daily basis with their corruption and their bullshit laws that they keep putting into place day after day after day. Sorry, rant done, because I do not want to piss you all off and I don't want to keep taking up more time from you on this matter at this particular moment, because I could keep going and I don't think you want me to. Hey, brother. Thank you, Samson, for showing up. If you cannot tell, brother, after our conversation the other day, this here, I do believe, day 7 is going to be my best Leda challenge completion yet. I have actually come out of my shell. I'm showing myself. I'm showing what a Marine I am today. um, you know, I'm sorry, but that's just how I feel. We need to quit fighting each other. It's not us that's the problem. It's them assholes who keep creating the issue for us because, oh, well, we need this new law. No, we don't. No, we don't. There are too many damn bullshit laws in this country that do not get enforced. It's ridiculous. And that's what it's all come down to. You know, and I'm sorry if you don't agree with this statement either. This whole COVID thing right now. In YouTube, if I get demonetized, fuck you too, because I really don't care if you demonetize me because I said COVID or coronavirus. It's called free speech, you fucking assholes. But I understand there is a virus, okay? I do understand that there is a virus. However, for our government, our state government, county government, any whatever, to state that we must do these things is technically against the law. By law, in order for them to tell us we must wear a face mask or we must wear a face shield or we must stay home, must be passed through the legislator and voted on. And until that happens, I refuse, I'm saying this publicly, and I haven't done it, and I refuse to do it until it's a goddamn law. You make it a law, then I'll wear a mask. Until you make it a fucking actual law, not telling me it's an executive order. Fuck your executive order. You have no authority over me. I know the damn law. You violating the law does not make me have to follow what you tell me to do. Sorry. And I'm not saying that to you here at the stream that are with me because I'm sure that some of you feel the same way I do, but I want to make sure that those on the other end of this camera who might be in a position to change things understand where the hell I'm coming from. Because I'm not going to do it. I refuse. Until you can actually legit show me numbers that are accurate without lying to us and coming back every freaking other day going, oh, well, we got new numbers because we miscalculated. No, bullshit, you miscalculated. You're doing it on purpose to create fear. Because the number one way that you can control people is to make them fearful. If you make people fearful and stuff like that, you can create chaos. When you create chaos, like they are now, you can come up with these wonderful excuses to go, guess what? I'm going to take your First Amendment right. Guess what? I'm going to tell you to stay home because I'm going to protect you. Your government cannot protect you. If you know anything about the last 30 years, you will know that our government cannot protect you. If anything, World Trade Center should be your number one thing to think about here. Did they stop the bombing in 1993? No, they didn't. If they could have, they should have, but they didn't. Did they stop the bombing in 2001? Hell no. We watched them fucking towers fall, didn't we? If our government could protect us, shit wouldn't happen like that. Oklahoma bombing wouldn't have happened. None of these tragedies that we've been seeing in the last 35 years of my life, if they could protect us, not one of them tragedies would have happened. None of them. Your government cannot protect you. The police cannot protect you. You have the right to defend yourself. That's the purpose of the fucking Second Amendment. Your right to protect yourself. That's why you have the First. If you don't have the Second Amendment, you do not have the First Amendment. Because if you do not have the right to defend yourself, you do not have the right to speak your fucking mind. Sorry, but that's how it is. Sorry, rant over. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you showing up. And I'm sorry if I'm upsetting any of you because it is not my intention to offend you or piss you off or anything like that. I am merely telling you my experience, my knowledge, and my feelings on the current situation we're in. And if you've seen my video yesterday, you now understand why I am giving you this information the way I'm giving it to you. I have sat back for too fucking long. and allowed people to dictate to me what I am allowed and not allowed to think or say or do. And from now on, if you don't like it, fuck you. Sorry. I'm just putting it out there because I'm done doing it. That's the whole point of me doing Leda, is to gain my self confidence. And as you can see, I did pretty goddamn good today at showing my self confidence is getting gained because I'm voicing my opinion publicly, and I don't care. I'm sure that some of you do not agree with my statement, and I totally am fine with you stating that you do not agree with my statement. That is your constitutional and your human right. Because if it were up to me, honestly, if everything were up to me right now in this particular moment, if I could have full control, right? Every other country outside of the United States would be going through some real fucking change right now. China, Korea, North and South, Germany, all of them. Because it is my honest belief that no matter where you are in the world, we all have the same rights. I don't give a fuck. Just because some government over in China says that you can't say what you want to, grow some balls. Because if you don't, they're going to keep pushing you around until you're dead. And I don't think none of us want that kind of situation. I don't think any of us wants to be told, well, you can't say that. You can't do that. You can't travel to your family members because, oh, well, you said something bad. Oh, you got poor credit? You can't leave your home because you don't have credit. You can't leave your local city because you don't have credit. You can't do this. You can't do that. Guess what? Start protesting, god damn it, because that's the only way we're going to get shit changed. The sooner we all unite as a people, as human beings, the sooner we unite as human beings, the sooner that we can make the biggest change in the globe and take back our independence, because there's no reason that everybody around the world should not be able to speak their mind, have the job that they want, be able to travel wherever the hell they want to, go on vacation, whatever. And I'm sorry, but that's just my opinion. Everyone wants to say the United States is the greatest country in the world, right? Well, then, God damn it, I think we need to turn the greatest country of the world into the world, because then everybody has the right to speak and do as they please. Just saying. Oh, thank you, Cat Pro. I appreciate it, man. And Greg, thank you. I do appreciate you all allowing me to speak my mind openly and everything, because that was the whole point of Leda. And as you could tell, today turned into one hell of a rant session at this point, didn't it? I went from a good point of starting on where I think I've improved over the last week to here, let's go into a history lesson, an all lives matter lesson, and a constitutional lesson, and a human rights lesson. So thank you for allowing me this opportunity to go from one rant to another rant to another rant to another rant and get some of these feelings off of my chest, because I know for a fact right now that there is one person in this chat who can verify a lot of what I'm saying, and that's Just Sampson. Just Sampson is also a veteran. He swore the same oath I swore, to defend this country and all of our rights against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So if there is anybody here currently who can verify what I'm saying, it's going to be him. And I appreciate you being here to support me again today, brother. I am beyond words to see you show up. I wasn't sure if I was gonna see you on here today or not, and I'm actually looking forward to the conversation in Slack and everything because I'm sure everybody's looking at that stuff too. And um, I did get your text message. I'm sorry I did not respond to it. My phone started going ballistic last night, so I kind of turned it down on mute, and because of all the leading notifications and stuff like that. So I didn't respond to your email, but I did get it. So I apologize for that, Samson. Excuse me. And I thank you for your support and encouragement. Excuse me. And I will definitely be hitting you up, brother. That is for sure. uh, well, now that I have gone way the hell over the time I wanted to spend here today, do any of you have any more questions or concerns you would like me to address now before I end the stream for today? Because I am either going to have to upgrade my StreamYard to a paid version, or I'm going to have to use one of the other platforms and sit here tonight and learn how to use it so I can continue live streaming for the rest of the month because I am eating up my time for StreamYard's 20 hours a month allotment. Actually, Samson, since you're here, I know that you do some of this stuff, so I'm kind of curious if you might have have the answer to this. It's probably kind of stupid, but um do you by chance know if like vmix will work with YouTube if you don't have the 1,000 subscribers already? Or would I have to have like vmix to go into StreamYard then to come into YouTube? I wasn't sure if that was another one of them kind of platforms to bypass like we are with StreamYard or not. Because if it is, then I might look into it. But if it's just a regular software in general that I would still have to connect to something else, I'll wait to get it. Because I have a feeling it's going to take me a little while to get this channel to 1,000, which I'm not worried about. I honestly don't care how long it takes Consult the Blind Guy to get to 1,000 subscribers. I don't care if I ever reach 1,000 subscribers. It would be nice. Don't get me wrong. The more people that I have, it would be awesome. But I'm not gonna be heartbroken if I don't. You know. Um, my other channel. For those of you who are also on my other channel on Raven's Videos Ones, I would love to thank you all deeply for helping me succeed in the amount of subscribers I have there. We are about close to 950 people now. So and it's growing quicker than I ever would have thought in these past couple days since I made the announcement of hitting 900. So I really have to get on there here too to make an announcement about reaching that milestone and the giveaway and stuff that I'm planning on doing for that. And I am also planning on doing one here as well. So stay tuned for that. Awesome. Thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I was like super nervous about that because it's like I don't want to go and get the trial for vmix and then come in here and try using it and not be able to, and I didn't want to get it and not be able to use the 60-day trial or whatever it is that LSP said that they had the other day. And if I have to continue using one of these ones until I can afford that one, then that's what I'll do. But thank you for that, Samson, because I was so confused. It's like I don't know if it's gonna work or not. Um, Greg, I actually have three channels. My oldest channel is Ravens Videos One, RAVENSVIDEOS 1, as in the number one. Um, Actually, here I will pull it up on here so you could see it on my phone real quick, just so you have an idea of what it looks like. So you know you found the right spot. Okay, come on, tilt. There we go. If you find the channel, it's got my traditional headdress. That's what that is. That big black thing with the brown on it on each end. That is actually one of my traditional headdresses. And the reason that the birds are on there is because that is my actual native name, or what it translates to. And the channel logo, like how I've got my consult a blind guy with the little round symbol in there with the dude and the text. Instead of it being like that, it is the four directions medicine wheel. So it's white, red, yellow, and black in a circle. It does say Ravens Videos 1 on it. I do believe it still says Ravens Videos 1 on it. Either way, it's the medicine wheel. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep. When you find it, it'll have the medicine wheel. It says Ravens Videos 1 in it with the birds on the corners. Um Actually, how about I do it this way? Because I am actually on my account right now. So, the Blind Guy Show. I just subscribed to you, Greg, on my original account. That'll make it a little bit easier for you to find, brother. Well, I know you, but there are others here who have actually asked that earlier about what channel it is, so I wanted to make sure that anybody wants to find it, they can make sure that they find the right spot. Um, in fact, actually, Greg, that's one thing I've actually wanted to ask you. What level of blindness are you? And I don't want to sound like I'm being an asshole here, but I am curious. What level of blindness? Are you 100% blind, or are you like the rest of us that are here at the moment and have some degree of sight and just legally blind? No problem, brother. I'm more than happy to help out. I've actually been doing that with a lot of people. Is I've been going through and periodically using my other account to subscribe to them, and I've been separating them and spacing that way. Hopefully, YouTube doesn't look at it as a sub for sub kind of thing. So yeah, because I've been trying to tell people it's like, hey, I'll sub you. It's no problem. I got multiple accounts, and um I've actually helped out kinda. It's probably against YouTube algorithm probably, but I will use all my accounts at once to help one of our channels. For instance, um I've sat here and I've had my cell phone on one channel logged into a live stream, or um my TV on another channel and watching a live stream, plus my laptop on two different freaking tabs, one playing the live stream and one doing whatever I have to do just so I could help some of our community members get their watch time up. Hopefully, get the algorithm to respond a little bit more because of the likes and the conversation, even though it's only one person technically doing it. Okay, awesome. I don't mean that as an awesome. You're totally blind, because I I know it sucks, but now I actually can state that I know I have somebody here who cannot physically see a damn thing, because you, my brother, are the main person I have been trying to focus on when it comes to me in doing my tutorials. My focus has been hopefully to make it so easy when I do my lessons on things on how to use stuff, that it would be easy for you to do it without being able to see it. So I am like ecstatic now. I will be going through and doing some things and asking your opinion. So yeah, I can't wait to have some conversations with you, brother. This is gonna be interesting, because yeah, you are one of your level of sight is one of the main reasons that I started doing tutorials. I want to be able to help out all our community, not just the low vision part of the legally blind community, but I want to help the fully blind be able to do the things that you and I are doing here. Yeah, numbers are very inflated by the fields. That's even at 50% inflation. That numbers are yes, yeah. I totally agree with you on that, Samson. It's like I don't, like I was saying, I don't deny that we have this issue, but because they have lied so much about so many things, that's why it's like I'm not doing it until you can give me some concrete evidence that I need to do these things, or until they make a law. I'm not doing it. Uh, I'll I'll do my social distancing thing. I'll wash my hands and stuff like that, but nope, I'm not gonna follow that requirement for a mask. Cause it's like if I would have had the damn thing by now, I think I'd be in the hospital on my deathbed most likely, because I am a smoker. I've been smoking since I was a kid. So if anybody's gonna have breathing issues, you would think it would be me. All right, brother. Thank you. I'll check my text message. Awesome. Thank you, brother. Greatly appreciate it, Samson. I will definitely check this out here in a minute. That way I don't sit here and waste everybody's time trying to check everything out on the stream. But thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for sending me that. I greatly appreciate it. I'll definitely take a peek at that here in a minute. Alrighty, guys. I think I should probably hop my ass off of here because let's see, what are we at? Holy cow. 3 hours and 20 minutes and about to go to 321. So 3.5 hours, you might have say, for Leda, day 7. Holy hell. Well, guys, girls, I definitely think today has been one of the better experiences for the Leda challenge. Again, I am sorry if you took offense to anything I have said throughout this stream. It was not my intention to offend you or anger you or upset you in any way. I was merely speaking my thoughts, my opinion, and the knowledge that I have on some of the situations that we're in at this moment. And I will make it a point to touch on some of these subjects occasionally, but I do not want to be like harping on everybody because, oh, well, I know this, so that's why I'm like this. No. If there's anything of importance like this that comes up, then I will talk on it. I'm sorry that I kind of went on a rant today, but as you can tell, 7 days into Leda, and voila, look at that. Blind guy's just come wide open out of his shell. Instead of being that shy, quiet, I'm afraid to say something, it's like, here, like it and shut up. Sorry. It's not like I'm telling you to like me and shut up. It's just, here I am, like me or leave me. That's what it comes down to. You either like me enough to stay here and listen to me, or you don't like what I say and you're not going to watch me. Either way, I'm not worried. The subscriber numbers are not important to me. Watch time, honestly. Okay, this will be my last rant before I end this stream, okay? One thing I hear out of all YouTubers, I don't care if it's an influencer, if it's somebody down at the very bottom trying to get up. Everybody wants to focus on these damn analytics of, well, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, you need to do that to get your numbers up, to get this, to get that. No, you don't. Do not do anything that you do not want to do. Pardon. Now, apparently my coffee's like getting ready for a refresh again. Don't focus on the numbers, okay? If I focused on the numbers, I'd be screwed right now. Why? Because if you've been here since the beginning of this channel, you would know I started out slow. When I started collaborating with Divided by Sight, previously known as the Nerdy Lady, when we first started out, Neither one of us had crap for subscribers. We didn't have crap for watch time. I did a couple things to help her, and I gave her a little bit of advice. Okay, a little bit. That's it. A little bit of advice and a little bit of help with some thumbnails and stuff like that. Okay. If it was about numbers, I'd be screwed because I was I started before her, she started after me. She had less subscribers than I did. Guess who has more subscribers than I do now? She does. I don't care. I'm actually proud to see that she has more subscribers than I have subscribers. Why? Because I helped her get there. So don't focus on the numbers. Don't focus on, hey, I don't have 1,000 people, so I can't monetize, or I don't have 1,000 people, so I can't live stream. I don't have 1,000 people, so I can't get AdSense revenue. Don't focus on the numbers. What you want to focus on, if you really want to grow your YouTube, the one thing you need to focus on is value in your content. Give people a reason to watch. That's all you have to do. A reason to watch is all you need. You do not need to give all kinds of calls to action. You do not have to sit here and tell people to subscribe and hit the bell icon every freaking video. I know I do it in a lot of them, but you do not have to do it in every video. Why? Because if they like your content, they will subscribe. If you provide value, they will subscribe. If they find something of a fault in what you do in your content, they will comment and pitch a bitch. Trust me, I know. Like I said, I've got 3 channels. My second channel, which was technically created before 5 minutes before this one, has 5 subscribers. I've posted 2 videos on it, and that's it. 2 videos in 5-6 months. That's it. 5 subscribers. No biggie. I don't care. Numbers aren't important. It's the information that's on there that's more important than you subscribing to me. So don't focus on just that. Try to give whatever your content is about a reason for people to watch. Don't clickbait. Just FYI. Do not clickbait, because that will definitely lose you viewers and subscribers. Okay, what happened, Samson? I gotta look at the chat. I didn't see it. Sorry to hear about your loss. Okay, what losses? Oh shit! Sorry, I did not see that sooner, Samson. I, I'm sorry to hear that, Samson. I am, because I feel for you, brother. And that's not why I was saying that I won't do it. It just, I hate getting told to do things when people can't prove enough to me that I need to. Especially when you're gonna more or less try and force me into doing something. I can't do it. You know, now I can totally understand your reasoning. 100%. You ain't gonna hear me say a damn thing. In fact, you have my prayers, my sympathy. In fact, I will be doing a traditional ceremony after this just for you. So yeah, I am very sorry, brother, to hear about that. Because that's not why I'm saying that I won't do it. I understand that we have an issue, but it's people need to think, I that's just my thing is there's too many people that just follow along with the crowd or the sheep or the herd, whatever phrase you want to use. You know, uh, us being veterans, we know this all too well. If you don't separate yourself from those who just blindly follow, kind of ironic that I put it that way, but if people blindly follow the stupid shit, naturally bad shit's going to happen to them. And if you don't separate and think for yourself, well, then the only person that you have to blame is yourself if anything happens, you know? And that's just what I'm trying to get people to understand it why I haven't. And I am honestly sorry to hear about that, brother. Um with that said, I am going to hop my ass off of here because we are now going on the 3 hour and 33-minute mark. See, guys, see what happens? I started out doing live streams. Me and Lauren did almost 4.5 hours. I wanted to do an hour live stream, and now I've been here for 3.5 hours. Holy shit. Time flies when you're having fun and talking with people. Thank you, Greg. Greatly appreciate you coming and supporting me again today, brother. I will definitely be in contact here pretty soon so we can talk about doing the collaborations like we were talking earlier. And yeah, I hope you have fun. Hope you have a good day, good evening. Uh, Oh, thank you, brother. Greatly appreciated. There are actually a couple albums on there, Samson. If you see the ones that say Great Lakes or stuff like that, the Ojibwe and stuff like that in Minnesota, anything from the Anishinaabe, Chippewa, Ottawa, Potawatomi, those albums on there are actually some of my family. Um, so yeah, thank you, brother, for checking out the other channel, and I'm glad that you like the music. I hope that you have a good day as well. Even though I really know I don't have to say it here because I'm gonna be hitting you up here pretty soon. Anyway, but I do appreciate you, Samson, coming and joining me today and showing me your support last night. In well, in general, brother, because you're like the first person you and April I look for every morning. Because I know Karma's going to be online every day this month with me, but this entire time from me being on Pat's channel till now, you and April and Peasant and Malini and Karma are like the first thing I do in the morning is get up and it's like, okay, is Samson on Pat's channel waiting in the waiting room for 4 hours? Because if you are, I'm gonna be in there going, hey brother, what you doing? Now, I know you've been dealing with stuff lately. That's why you haven't been able to be on early in the morning like you usually are. So I'm looking forward to seeing you back to our usual schedule. But yeah, thank you guys ever so much for coming up and watching me today. I appreciate it beyond words. Um, if you are visually impaired or even non visually impaired, and you have a channel and make content, please feel free to contact me to leave a comment down below. I am actually going to be doing some Why Do You YouTube series again here in these live streams pretty soon. So if you'd like to be on the show, please comment below. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. You don't have to unless you want to. Thank you all again for being here, for your comments, for your support. I appreciate you, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow. Just Samson, thank you again for showing up, brother. Greg, Leah, Cad Pro, Noging. I can't remember who all showed up now because there's just been so many comments and conversation over the last couple hours. So I thank you all, and I look forward to seeing you in the comments and in the conversations and everything else. And we will see you tomorrow afternoon. Bye, everybody. Hope you have a great day.